Alright, we are going to do a quick daily focus oracle reading. I have not pre-shuffled. Mistakes teach us. Perhaps something happened recently that you're not the most happy with. Maybe you aren't happy with the way that you showed up within something, and a decision you made, an action you took. And this card is reminding you that regardless of what happened, it's an opportunity. An opportunity for growth. To do better differently. Next time. To show up how you want to show up. Okay, so the first one that we got out is a rare bloom. Next came Night Watch. It came out sideways on rare bloom, so when I read that, I'll try to interpret that accordingly. Needs before wants. Raven's Wand. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Sanctuary. I always feel like this card speaks of having a safe place to come back to. Having a safe place to come back to yourself. Surrounded by things that remind you of who you are and what's important to you. Flora Grace One lost an eye as punishment for being a witch. Since childhood, she has struggled to accept the hurt, anger, and even misplaced shame. She has good reason to feel these things, but she knows her eye patch will always be with her. So what good can dwelling on past pain do? She tells herself this whenever she sinks into self-pity. And instead of focusing... Let's back that up. She tells herself this whenever she sinks into self-pity, and instead focuses on nurturing the earth, for she is Wildwood's most gifted garden witch. Immersed in her gardens, she feels secure and sometimes dares wonder if hardship has in fact made her stronger. Sometimes I feel like hardship can be a good swift kick in the butt, if you want it to be. If you become consumed by all of the more difficult feelings, it can be difficult to see it that way. But if you allow those more difficult feelings to propel you forward toward a goal or toward how it is that you want to show up in this world, it can be fuel instead. It can help you plant a seed. It can help you go after a new beginning. We have Night Watch. Night Watch. Tor's duty is to guide two young witches to Hope Coven. But while sitting night watch, he spies a light deep in the woods. Instantly, he reaches for his sword but refrains from drawing it just yet. His first reaction is to fight, but is the light a threat or an ally or an opportunity? He is caught between firelight and moonlight, just as he is torn between action and patience. Silently, he watches the light draw closer, and even though his protective instincts are very strong, he must act only when absolutely certain. If I'm playing this off of the fact that the first card I saw was mistakes teach us, and how that's an opportunity. You know how when you make a mistake, when you show up in a way that you don't want to, you can kind of assume that everything is bad, not good, everything's a mess. And that can be a really stressful thing to bear. But I really want to urge you to see this as an opportunity. And whatever feelings that may be coming up are fuel. Be patient before making any rash decisions. When it comes to acting on some of the feelings that you may be having. Like sometimes when we feel shame, we can feel the need to explain ourselves, over-explain ourselves, or hide, or not show up, to be really hard on ourselves. I think sometimes we can also get pretty consumed by what we think other people may think of us because of this mistake that we've made. But chances are it's a lot bigger to you than it is to anyone else. Needs before wants. Within her coven, Annie Barden is famed for her animal communication skills. Her success is rooted in knowing that every animal has a different need. As humans, we have to be mindful that there is a subtle yet profound difference between wants and needs. Wants are more indulgent than needs, which form our daily shelter, food, and safety. If your needs are met, firstly, be grateful, then consider your motives for wanting something more. Are you clear that it is for you and not to garner praise from another? If not, you might be living by someone else's ideals. I have something popping in for that card. I can't remember what it is. It was making a small appearance. Give and take. There's a card in this deck that is called Give and Take, and it speaks of, well, there's this old lady who's working on her garden, right? And she knows that which, oh my God. With each, I was going to say which ETH. Okay. With each seed that she plants, not everyone is going to bloom. Not every single one of them. Some will be eaten by the crows. Some just won't grow. And some will. And it speaks of picking and choosing battles, give and take, knowing that each seed that doesn't grow serves a purpose, and that fighting for that seed to grow could potentially be a waste of energy, as it might not be meant to grow. With this card, I feel like some of that seed analogy could be coming through. Whereas striving for a certain goal might not actually be the goal for you. It might not be meant to take off like you want it to. There could be something else that you're needing to invest your energy in. I also see this as almost like a Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles type energy. Investing in what is necessary. Needing to be articulate about where you invest your energy and ensuring that you're investing in only what is necessary for you and your goals and what is important to you. Then we have Raven's Wand, and Raven's Wand speaks of the power you have over your life. At the age of just 18, the responsibility of saving witchcraft fell on Colfinia Algra's shoulders. She has allies in the form of a venerable black wand and a fierce thunder sprite. But the final decisions come down to her alone. We all want to be the best, but Colfinia is reminding you that doing your best is more important. You might make mistakes, but this is how the real world works. Accept that as long as you give your best, nobody can ask for more or expect perfection, not friends, colleagues, family, or even the gods. Oh, it's reversed where it speaks of the power being yours. And at the end of the day, the decision is yours. But this card is letting you know that it doesn't really matter what has happened. It just matters the way that you decide to proceed, the way that you decide to pick yourself up and move forward. Come back home to yourself, or that's at least the nudge that's going on here. Forgive yourself for any mistakes made and allow yourself to see it as an opportunity. Allow yourself to use any of the difficult feelings that are coming up to be energy toward taking action on a goal, refinding that spark. And like Raven's Wand is saying, at the end of the day, it's your choice whether you decide to make this move or not. Oracle tarot readings are intended to be guidance. They are not meant to tell you what to do. My only intention here is to speak on a nudge that you're already feeling and encourage you to follow it. All right, thank you very much. You have a good day.